This is Scribblenauts Showdown, which is the sort of Mario Party style of Scribblenauts. I'd like to mention that this game copy was provided for review by Warner Brothers, because they're cool. Anyways, we have a number of modes. We've got Versus, we've got Showdown, we've got Sandbox, and I'm going to go over basically everything that's included with this. And again, it is very much the Mario Party style, but with Scribblenauts, and it actually kind of works for the most part. So to start things off, we have My Scribblenauts, and you basically get to create your own Scribblenaut. You can name them, and this is a good time to show the advanced wheel system. Very interesting, very fast-paced, and only takes a second to learn, and it works very efficiently. It's kind of your all-around sort of options for all the games and so forth. There's a ton of vehicles that you can buy with the Starlight points that you earn like crazy in this. They don't really lock content away. Hairstyles, hats, skin colors, body accessories, clothing items, guys, clothing items, and lots of fun facial expressions. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Eye badge art. So you can see there's lots of options for getting the, sort of custom Scribblenaut that you want with your whatever design you want with it. So to start, we have the Versus. So this is direct competition. Wordy kind of games consist of matches where you input an object and it sort of dynamically changes what you're doing, and then it kind of like marks you as like, did you pick a good word and so forth. It doesn't really matter too much, but it just kind of incorporates the wordplay into it. Speedy are just fast, super quick mini games, few seconds, chopping things, throwing plates, so forth. We're gonna give some examples of that in a bit. You can mix them up, or you can just do free play where there are no rounds. Then there's a round-based system. I will mention for those trying to get achievements that they do not stack when you're doing the round-based options. So next up is the Showdown. So this is the most like the actual Mario Party style. You're going around a game board, you're playing with a card-based system, and you're continuing to go around. There's different difficulties. We're going to show this off in a sec. So we're going to start with the actual sandbox mode. So this is the most traditional version of Scribblenauts, 1 or 2 players. You work through 8 levels to kind of solve mysteries and things that you need to do. It's very much your traditional campaign style of Scribblenauts, but it's just more of a free casual mode, and it's like 25 starlights to unlock each particular area. Does not take long. It took me like, I don't know, maybe a half hour of playing to be able to visit everything. So we're going to start with let's do something I haven't done yet. Well, I've done a little bit of the zoo, but I haven't really explored it. It was more like just a quick, oh wow. So as you can see, my progress was kind of saved, but we're gonna reset this level. I wonder if it keeps my starlight. Yeah, it does. Okay. So we've got a starlight log. These are the kind of like missions and the things you need to do. They're very vague, and they on purpose don't tell you what exactly you're supposed to be doing in this. So you see people, they have icons. It's like, what do they need? What do they want? I honestly have no idea what this lady wants. And then you try to create sort of an object based on what they're looking for. She wants a snowflake? I don't know. So you don't always know what you're doing. I mean, it is very much focused towards kids, but it doesn't mean I even know what the hell, what the game's really looking for. Now you want a dog? Okay, anyways. So you can create an object. You can also switch around to different objects available, or you can add an adjective, and you could be like a blue, and then it should turn blue. Well, some objects turn blue, others I don't know. It depends on the property that they allowed for the particular items. So you're going around in the sandbox, going to all these different places, and kind of finding the needs here. For all the different creatures and people, you can make all sorts of objects. And you're just trying to solve the problems. See, and then you get starlights for it, and it kind of goes from there. There are multiple levels, there's lots of different things. There's one where you're like you're on a train. There's one where you're like in a temple area. There's another where you're on the Titanic, and it's sort of, you know, just an easygoing fun mode. And I really do wish they would have maybe went with that style, if that makes sense. Like, did a full campaign. I'm not gonna complain because this is kind of a neat, different side mode, if that makes sense. It's a completely different kind of game than what you're used to from it, and it actually is kind of fun if you can get a group. What do you want, lady? Do you want a bug or something? I don't know what she wants. Is that a chicken? I don't know if that's a chicken. Usually, you know, you can go to the Starlight kind of thing and get like an idea what you're looking for. There we go. You want a chat with somebody? I don't know. Anyways, so that's this mode, and you kind of get an idea of it. Lots of different levels to play in. Lots of different things to do. You can attack things too if you're feeling a little violent for some reason. This is very much like kid focused, but I mean it does have some elements to it that are like fantasy violence, I guess. You can have like a really cheesy gun and stuff too, but it's not a big deal. It's pretty tame. Yeah, one of my favorite stories is playing the original Scribblenauts, and this like old man stole this ball from these kids. I just like picked up a gun and just shot him. I got killed by that monkey. Oh no, oh no. So we're gonna switch modes now and show off the actual board game Mario Party area. And that is where the kind of chunk of gameplay is as far as content goes. So obviously, you know, you have the verses for the fast modes and the fast competition, but these are like all available during the showdown. You can play by yourself against the CPU, with 2 players, 3 players, 4 players. It's kind of weird though, with the CPU, I play on easy, so I don't really, you know, get my ass kicked by the AI. It doesn't make sense that it puts it into like a split screen for the game modes, and it's like, you don't really need that when you're versing the AI, and it just kind of comes across a little bit lazy. And it's also like, why can't I go against 4 AI? Why can I only do a 1v1? I don't know, it seems kind of weird. At least I haven't seen any settings for it, and that seems to be the only option, is to play 1v1 with the CPU. So basically, you're on this board of life, and you're getting a series of cards. You can do the games with the cards, you can do speedy games, you can do a drop. I hate the drone drop. Getting fishy, where you're kind of fishing. So you get a handful of cards, and you pick something. So we're going to do the speedy games. This is what I was talking about in the versus mode. So it's just a fast, few second long game where you're just battling to try to do the objective. And they're colorful, they're fun, they're intuitive, they're not challenging. I mean, obviously the challenge is playing against someone else and beating them in the race to complete the thing the fastest, but you get what I'm saying. It's like not directly being something that's difficult to understand for any age group. And you get a very, very clear kind of video that shows off at the start, so you understand what you're trying to do in each of them. So you're trying to match the notes once they turn gold. And the AI can put up actually quite a bit of a fight in a lot of these mini games. If you're playing on the higher difficulties, it's well balanced out to actually give you a bit of a challenge even on normal. It seems like she just kind of stands there on easy. This was a mistake by me. I should have put something more challenging on. But the normal guy was too close. I beat him, but he was making me look bad out there. So as you can see in the bottom left, I'm collecting the starlights there. It's not visible right now, but you saw it just a second ago. And then you use those starlights to buy the accessories and everything. So it gives you a sense of progression. But it's not really too hard to get the starlights. And yeah, I think it's pretty well balanced. It's very much focused towards the younger audience. I mean, obviously any age group can play this, but geez, you might get bored of it pretty fast. I think that's one of the issues, is it feels a bit shallow in the content, but it does have good replay value in that, you know, the mini games are fast, they're quick, they don't take too long, and you kind of get that sense of competition when you're going against the board and trying to beat other people. So this one we're collecting fireflies. So you're hopping along. It's really all it is, you know, you're either clicking buttons, doing something very simple. And a lot of the mini games sort of emulate classic games. Like there's one where you're throwing dishes, and that's root beer tapper and so forth. So they're nothing too crazy, but they are sort of creative to a degree. I like the bright use of color, and it very much keeps that traditional Scribblenauts style. And if you haven't played any of the past Scribblenauts, I cannot suggest them more enough. It's just, they're fantastic. Unmasked, unlimited, great games. Meal Punch, that's a different one. And as you can see, the cards, they have numbers on them. It's like left and down. Okay. Once full, press RT to swallow your food. Okay. Oh, here we're getting a word-based one, so you actually get to draw something. Deserts and sweet foods. So you click A, and then you get to pick a topic, and then they pick peach and do cake. And it adds a bit of a personal element to it. Eat. I should have picked something nutritious. But I mean, it makes it a little bit more of a personal game as opposed to just something that's pre-selected for you. And I guess some people would appreciate that. Pull your dance off. Oh, you know it. So obviously we're getting like, you know, +2 for movement when you do the cards and you battle, and then you can get the +2, or your competitor, the one, can get the +2. It's cards to send people back, cards to send people forward, sort of random cards that come into play, and it's a fun, easy way to do it. Cards are very in right now. And yeah, it's a good, easy way to incorporate the cards. So we're just going to rock along here. It's like a rhythm-based one. People who use vehicles at... Oh, people who work with animals. I guess a vet. Ah, crap. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess maybe war horses? I don't know. Tack dogs? I don't think a general would be too useful. But it should give a good idea of what sort of game modes are present within this. I'm really off my beat on this one. Usually I'm like knocking 100% flawless on this. And you get the colorful backdrops that are simple but not distracting from the mini game that you're trying to actually play, which is nice. And it is very, very well designed for any age group to thoroughly be able to compete and enjoy it with one another. I think it's kind of fun. At first I was like, there's not a lot to this, and I still have that feeling, but now I get that, like, a sense that it's actually kind of fun to play with it, just random little mini game options that never end and flow well. The only problem is, like, after a couple games you're like, oh, I've played all the mini games in this. So it really comes down to the quality of the mini games, and I think they're kind of well designed just because they're really crap classic game modes. I said crap because I'm missing things like crazy here. Yeah, anyways. They're kind of like classic games, so they hold up well in that degree. They've just been reskinned and thrown in here. Like, who would have thought Root Beer Tapper would be like just a tiny little game inside of another game now? Ooh, Meal Punch. Not a good idea. Salty foods. Nope. Dinosaurs and prehistoric. And I mean, there are so many words here. This is kind of like the evolution of the Scribblenauts library that they've been building for so long. Pretty new raptor. I definitely do hope this does well in the sense that I'd love to see a more traditional Scribblenauts eventually be available again. Because this is cool, but it doesn't quite fill that thirst for Scribblenauts that I've had over the years. It's like this one wasn't even announced that long ago, and then it just comes out and it's like, oh, cool, you know, no problem with that. Tower Topple's kind of cool. This is like a Flappy Birds kind of thing. Take Flight. I never liked Flappy Birds. The fish one's cool because you like bait a fish and then you gotta move through all these other fish. This is like Castle Crashers or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Like Neopets, you shoot the rocks and you like blow up the castle thing. I was so good at it. Recyclable objects. A boat. Paper. Huzzah. And the achievements are super easy in this if you're an achievement hunter. So I'm trying to find like the soft spot because there's like an achievement for doing this in 8, but I can't realistically see how you'd be able to do that in 8 hits. I don't think it was quite like this Neopets. More it was like 3D in that one. You're like blowing up castles, but the idea is, you know, nothing new. So maybe you gotta like shake out the foundation by hitting the top. I don't know. There's gotta be a way to round it, like a strategy. Somebody will come up with it. Moving ahead 3 spaces. I'm almost done. So yeah, if you have like a longer game, you just get more spots on the map, so it takes longer to play. All players move to the center. Oh, come on in. Come on, AI. Why you do me like that? Oh, the Red Rover one's pretty fun. Red Rover, Red Rover. You know, it's not quite like that. Musical instruments. We are doing the harp. But it's cool that you can sort of just think of anything and it's like most likely going to be here, even like really bizarre things. How's a Jack-in-the-Box musical instrument? It's just silly. So this one you're like moving over the rocks, you can jump. You're trying to get there the fastest. See, I don't quite understand why. Well, I guess split screen kind of works here. But maybe it should be able to split between. Like, it should know when I'm playing against the AI and be able to, like, not do that. And I should be able to play against more AI players than just a one-to-one competition. I might be crazy and I'm just not seeing the setting, but I'm pretty sure it's not in here. Whoa. It's rolling along. I think the artwork's kind of nice throughout the entire thing. Looks good. Very clean on the modern platforms. And just a nice, simple, easygoing time with a lot of confetti thrown across the screen. Starites, what? And as you can see, you're getting that very much Mario Party style feel to it. It's not it's, what is it with this AI? Oh. It's gonna keep sending me back. I thought they were gonna do that again. I hate this. We're gonna fly with a mom, and it's gonna be hilarious. I had like a little bat, and it's just like this tiny thing. It was so funny. So you can control your speed, how fast you're going, and you just kind of flap along. But I hate Flappy Bird. I always thought this game was stupid, so I don't know why it's all of a sudden so popular. They do it as like stupid little mini games and everything. To be fair, that helicopter game was the original style. Go, go, go! Oh. Did I kind of win? You're damn right I did. I hate drone drop. Guess we do get fishy. Just kind of wrap this up. Anyways, that's Scribblenauts Showdown. It's a fun little party kind of game. It feels as though it's from the series, and it's a nice spin-off. Hopefully we'll get a regular version of Scribblenauts soon, because it's long overdue. And yeah, I think it's kind of fun. It's definitely like somewhat shallow, as there's going to be limitations, but it can be enjoyable for like families and want to do competitions and so forth and like battle it out.